Chelsea fans, that's another 3 points. Chelsea beat Shamrock Rovers 5-1 in the Conference League to secure another 3 points, which means Chelsea now go through to the knockout stages with a 100% record sitting top of the Conference League table. And it feels good to be a Chelsea fan. Now, even though Chelsea have cruised their way through the league stages of the Conference League, we now go into the knockout stages with the live draw happening Friday the 20th of December. And Chelsea have done it in style without losing a game and creating history along the way. It was a very professional performance with a lot of positives, so in today's video I want to go over the 5 things that we learned from Chelsea 5, Shamrock Rovers 1. Did you know that 90% of the people watching this video right now are currently not subscribed to the channel? So make sure you leave a like and subscribe if you're a Chelsea fan who enjoys Chelsea content. Make sure you join the community and let's get into the video. The first thing I want to talk about is Mark Guus. This guy got a first half hat-trick tonight. His persistence and pressing is out of this world. He will sniff out a chance and sniff out mistakes in every single game that he plays. He played fantastic tonight, from his passing, his link up, his hold up play, the finishes he got. I don't know how he didn't knock himself out in that first goal because it looked like he face planted the post. But the dedication, the pressing and the opportunistic side of Mark Guus, who sniffs out a mistake, really paid dividends tonight. What a player and what a performance. That takes Mark Guus to 5 goals in the last 2 games in this competition, and we are starting to see this raw talent of Mark Guus slowly develop, and he's only 18 years old. What a gem we have secured for only around, 5 to 6 million. Absolute bargain and a gem of a player. The second thing that I want to talk about is Cesar Cassidy. He had a fantastic game tonight in that DM role, even though that's not his natural position. We've seen him deployed in that 6 role a lot in the Conference League, and the last game that he played in this competition, he actually got sent off for a second yellow offence within the last kicks of the game, which was just a silly thing to do. But in this game, he bounced back and he was one of those performances where he was invisible but very effective. And we're starting to see different sides of Cassidy during his game time. He is developing very, very nicely. It looks like he may be off on a loan in January, and I'm hoping that we keep him because, especially within this competition and any opportunity we have to play him, he should be playing because he's showing his weight in gold. He had a fantastic game tonight, made a lot of key passes, won the ball back a lot. The turnovers and recoveries were great. He set the bar very high for himself, and like I said, DM role is not his position, and he's slowly becoming a player who can play that role very well. Would he do that in the Premier League and other competitions? Probably not. However, Maresca has deployed him in this role within this competition, and he has shone. And today, he had a very good game. The third thing I want to talk about is Josh Acheampong. This guy was cool, calm, collected throughout the entire game, and he fit into that squad seamlessly. It looked like he'd been playing for years. This guy is a genuine talent who's just signed a 5-year deal. And also, congratulations to Josh Acheampong, along with Tyreek George, who just got their own seat in the locker room with their names above the board. If you haven't seen the Maresca speech that is going around Twitter, or X as it's called now, I highly recommend you go and watch it because the words that Maresca says is stuff to live by. And these guys are proving their weight in gold, especially in this competition where they are getting limited minutes, but taking full advantage of those opportunities. Josh Acheampong has a pathway with Reece James sort of vulnerable now with his fitness and being up and down. Malo Gusto also playing but needing to be rotated. Acheampong looks so confident, so calm on the ball. He's such a good talent. He played very, very well tonight. I am looking forward to seeing what happens with Josh Acheampong in the next 2 or 3 years because he is such a talent. The fourth thing I want to talk about is a professional performance. Now, this is something that needs highlighting every single time that we see it because Enzo Maresca has done a fantastic job in instilling this into the players and into the squad, whether it's the Premier League squad or the Cup competition squad. And tonight, we had a job to do, the players had roles to fill, and they executed it perfectly. To score so many goals in this competition and not take these games lightly is something to be admired because there are a lot of people, fans, creators, rival fans, other teams, whatever, that look in and go, oh yeah, Chelsea should steamroll that. It'd be embarrassing if you don't. You can only play who's in front of you and you need to do your job. And I'm so proud and so happy that Maresca has got the boys all understanding, got a job to do. It doesn't matter who we're playing. You can only play who's in front of you. You go out there and you do your job. And we're scoring hatfuls of goals. Now, you could argue saying that Chelsea are way too good for this competition. And I understand that argument, right? I understand that. I don't like taking that stance because, yeah, on paper we are, but you still have to go get the results. And I'm just very happy that we're not taking these games for granted and going, oh, we're already qualified, it doesn't matter. Maresca wants perfection every single time these boys put on a Chelsea shirt and cross that white line to play. And I'm so admirable of that, and I thank the players for doing it because it was such an enjoyable watch. We're an exciting team to watch, whether it is the Premier League or the Conference League, and we're scoring so many goals. So the players have got nothing but confidence. They're understanding their systems and the roles that they're playing even more. And we have to praise it when we do have a professional performance like this. Now, before we get into the fifth and final thing that we learned from Chelsea 5, Shamrock Rovers 1, we have some honourable mentions. And that first honourable mention is the Academy boys did us proud. Now, this is something that I touched on in the last Conference League game because, again, it needs to be highlighted and credit needs to be given when we witness this. The Academy boys slotted into this team seamlessly all the way throughout the pitch. We had a debut from an Academy guy, Murray Campbell at centre-back. Played fantastic. Tyreek George played well. It wasn't his game tonight, but he got stuck in throughout the whole 90 and played very well in that sense. Raksachi come off the bench. That guy looks unbelievable in that 6 role. Harvey Vale, he played very well in the second half when he came on. And of course, Josh Ashimpong, who played exceptionally well throughout the whole game. These Academy boys are doing themselves proud and doing the Chelsea fans proud. The Cobham Academy is one of the best in the world, and it is so nice to see these Academy boys getting their opportunity, taking those opportunities, and just getting the minutes because Chelsea fans get so excited, and rightfully so. The future is so bright with these kids coming through, and I'm hoping that we don't just sell them on for profit and they are going to break through into that first team, because this could be like a second spell of where we see that, where we had the transfer ban and Lampard had no choice but to use a lot of the Academy boys, you know, the likes of Mason Mount and Reece James, Tammy Abraham, Tomori, and they really blossomed and then furthered their careers in other places of the world and some at Chelsea. This could be like a second wave of this coming with all of the players coming and going over the next few years. So it's just such a good thing to witness as a Chelsea fan and as a football fan in general. You want to see the Academy guys come through, and every time they get in their opportunity, I don't think any of them have had a bad game so far. They are taking this opportunity by the scruff and saying, this is my moment and I need to make it mine and prove why I should be playing for this team. And the second honourable mention is no clean sheets. It's the only negative of this video, and to be honest, I felt like I had to add it in because if we had a clean sheet, it would have been a 5-0 victory and pretty much a perfect performance. But I do have to mention it. We do concede goals pretty much every game. It's very rare that we get a clean sheet, and it's just disappointing. Now, I will admit, Jorgensen had a very good game. He didn't have a lot to do, but when he was called upon, he was very, very good. His distribution was fantastic, as we know. And again, there is a disparity against the opposition. We are aware of this, but I feel like Jorgensen had a good game overall and didn't really put a foot wrong. He was very unlucky with the goal he conceded because it took a massive deflection, but in all honesty, it wasn't defended from that corner very, very well. I think it was a flick-on header from the front post from a Chelsea player, and it landed to a Shamrock player, Poom, I think it was, who buried it, but took his chance, and I think it come off Cassidy on the deflection to go in, and Jorgensen didn't really have a chance. But we just want to see more clean sheets with this Chelsea team, whether it's in the Conference League or the Premier League, because we don't have that many of them. When we do, we have to celebrate it, and I feel like it's going to come over time, and I wanted to highlight it, because it wasn't a perfect game. We did concede a goal, even though the rest of the night went very well, very dominating, had a lot of possession, scored loads of goals, seeing the Academy boys get a lot of minutes and take their opportunity well. But because we conceded, it kind of put just a little bit of a dampener. At the end of the day, 3 points is 3 points. We've got a 100% record. We take it. We move on to the knockouts. But I just wanted to highlight we didn't get a clean sheet tonight, which would have made it a perfect performance. And the fifth and final thing that we learned from Chelsea 5, Shamrock Rovers 1 is Chelsea make history in the Conference League again. We are only the third team to have a 100% win record within the league group stages. We now join, I think it's Victoria, Pleasant and West Ham in the 100% win record club. And that is just something I'm insanely proud of. Call me petty, whatever. You can say Chelsea should storm this Conference League, whatever. I'm taking it a game at a time and I'm enjoying it for everything that it is worth. Do we want to be in this competition? Not particularly. We want to be in the Champions League, playing with the best of the best. I totally understand that. Unfortunately, this season, this is the competition we are in. And there are a lot of fans, whether it's Chelsea fans or rival fans, that just don't take this competition seriously. And I've always been brought up to not take things for granted, right? And not to expect things. Never expect anything because you can't be let down. And that means taking a game at a time and appreciating the wins, seeing what goes well, seeing what goes bad, and just kind of going with the flow. If we never want to be in this competition again, we want to win it. right? And it would be amazing to see because it means we genuinely have won every single European trophy, and that would be a massive flex. Plus, it would be great to see this very young team win a European trophy. It's a UEFA trophy. I take it seriously. I really have enjoyed the Conference League. And yes, I know there's a disparity between the clubs, but I also want to break as many records as possible. So Chelsea have gone in there one time, we've won the competition, and we've left our mark. We already have, we're amongst the top 3 or 4 in terms of the highest goal scoring games because of the 8-0 against Noah. Cool. We've made history within this competition. I want to make more history throughout. To have a 100% win record all the way through the league stage, I'm all for that. I think it should be celebrated because, again, it's a testament to the team that's gone out there and done the job and had these professional performances. So those are the 5 things that we learned from Chelsea 5, Shamrock Rovers 1. Do you agree with my analysis or do you disagree? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I love having a conversation with you guys. And if you have made it this far to the end of the video, there'll be a thumbnail that pops up on the screen. So if you are a Chelsea fan who enjoys Chelsea content, make sure you click that thumbnail because you'll enjoy that video too.